What is good, Pectus Gang? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Something I want to quickly do today is go through an intuitive movement session. So I'm just going to move right now. I'm not going to move with any specific intentions, and I'm going to allow the curiosity of movement to guide my session. I'm probably not going to do any hard out heavy lifting or strength sets or anything like that. My goal is essentially to move curiously and just play and find the things that I'm curious about as I'm playing and unfolding and enjoying movement. Something that I will start with is a little mace bell warm up, little bit of mace bell flow, probably end up doing some animal flow, maybe some handstand work, maybe just some playing around, fucking around and enjoying my time. And why I'm even making this video, why I'm bringing this up is because I'm hoping that through the course of your training journey, much like mine, you can get to the place where training isn't just to build your physique, just to get more confident. I'm training just because I want to feel better and do better. Movement can become something that you do just because you fucking really enjoy it and you love it and you're like just curious about movement. You just want to play, you want to explore your body's capabilities, and you're just enjoying moving your body, which again, I just call play. And that's what these intuitive movement sessions are. So let's get into it, let's enjoy. Something that I do like to do is just throw on some of my favorite tunes. Some tunes to just chill with and enjoy as we move. Yeah. And kind of what I was getting at, like we don't always have to move with like this deep intention to get better, to get stronger, to get more confident, to get more comfortable in our own skin. There doesn't always have to be a deep purpose behind why we're moving. It can be purely because it's fun and we enjoy it, and like playing and enjoying yourself. You're probably going to get more results anyway because you're going to keep doing it because you have fun. If it's fun, then you'll keep doing it. I know the grind element and like going hard and fucking breaking a sweat and training hard and pushing hard, getting stronger, all of that is equally as important. I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm just saying sometimes it pays just to move for the sake of movement, move for fun, enjoy yourself, explore, and just see what happens. One of my favorite things to do over this past year has just been mace bell as a warm up. Just jamming the mace, playing around with it, seeing what you can do and discover. It's the perfect warm up. Gets you ready, gets you primed if you're doing a heavy session. Gets your brain active if you're just having a mobility or a intuitive session, bit of play. Moving this weight around, warming up your whole body. Something that I'm super grateful to be tapping back into lately is just the feeling and the want to be disciplined. Not like I'm gonna do it no matter what, like force myself to do it. It's more just like an understanding that through discipline and through locking into the things that I believe, aligning with my beliefs, it actually makes me feel more alive and my life is more enjoyable. And I feel like that's a phase I go through where, you know, I can't be stuck doing anything and just feel like, you know, the world's against you or whatever. I just feel like being disciplined and doing the things that I believe I want to do with my time and my life, it feels like the right choice. It feels like an easy choice at the moment. And so discipline is feeling easy, which is super cool. And maybe that's just a time of rest, needing rest to feel disciplined. So as I talk about all the time, if you have Pectus Excavatum like me, then hanging and just learning to hang from your arms and opening up your chest and expanding this area of our body so that we're not so forward folded, we're not so caved in. Hanging, playing around, just being a damn monkey is going to be super good for managing life with Pectus. It's going to open you up. Mace bow. Fuck, it feels good. Again, like I said today's just a play, move around, be curious, move my body session. The intention, I don't have an intention. I'm just wiggling, I'm moving, I'm seeing what comes up. I'm just moving for the sake of moving. I feel like grip strength is one of the most underrated things to develop. Just being able to hang from your arms, being able to pick things up, being able to hold on to things. Pull-ups, for example. Another reason why I think Pectus is a big superpower if you have it is because it, at least in me, has created a curiosity about my body. First step of like, why do I have a fat hole in my chest? That kind of sucks. But then the curiosity of that question, and then leading into movement and how movement of the body, how it works, like what joints fly when you're punching, and just flowing and feeling your body. The curiosity can be a superpower. So if you have Pectus Excavatum like me, maybe start being a little curious about it. Start to just inquire like, that's interesting. It doesn't suck. It's not bad. It's something to be curious about, and through that curiosity you might find yourself curious about this beautiful body that you inhabit. Maybe you'll start hanging and looking at different ways in which you can hang and being curious about movement in general. That's what all my message is about. Honoring this beautiful body that we've got. I truly believe that grip strength is one of the most underrated things to train, but also one of the more important things to train. The more grip strength you have, the more it will translate to the real world, but at the same time, it's gonna give you the ability to do different movements, do more movements, because your forearms are stronger, your wrists are stronger, and you're able to use your hands to their maximum capability. Something I'm super curious about is the anatomical position. It may not be super relevant for a lot of people, but I think for Pectus Excavatum, the anatomical position, which is this open palm posture, and I'm not saying that we should inhabit this position and only be in this position. It's more like the internal position, which if you have Pectus you find yourself in more, versus the external and open position. And in my opinion, the anatomical position is a good representation of an open to receive body. And if you're not open to receive, then you're going to be scared, and we want to try and train ourselves to be open and feel safe in our body. I think that's a huge component of having Pectus, is just not feeling safe in your body, not feeling confident in your body, and not feeling like your body's got your back, but it really does. And you can choose to view that as that, and then train it with action, open yourselves up further, and slowly lean into the trust that your beautiful body can provide for you. You just have to give it some space, give it some time, give it some daily actions, daily watering, so it can grow into this beautiful vessel that it can be for your journey here on Earth. That might be super deep and random for you guys, but truth is, I am a rather philosophical chap. I think pretty deeply about life and everything, and I think it's beautiful, enjoying this body while we're here. We've got this one chance, this one body. Accept that you have Pectus, accept that you've got an issue about yourself, and then do something about it. Take action. We don't want any victim mentality shit around here. We want to be in control of the things that we can control, and that's all that we can ever hope for in life. Now I'm feeling motivational and inspired. I think rope flow is still one of those super underestimated tools for us to learn our way of moving and creating perfect balance, as David Weck would say. But I think something that really clicked with me with rope flow was when you're skipping, your hands go down and your feet come up. But with rope flow, your momentum and inertia of your body is up when your hands come up, and that gives you the ability to be able to turn and make quick movements because you're not doing the opposite. You're in tune with your hands and your body, so you can move in a very coordinated way. That translates, in my opinion, to sports and hand-eye coordination and all these other things, and creating balance. It's just such a beautiful tool, not to mention how fun it is unlocking the flow state. So again, guys, the goal of this session is not to be a purpose-orientated movement session. I'm just being curious, feeling into my body, moving around, having some fun, playing, being curious, spending time in some positions that I feel like I should. And to figure out what positions you might feel like maybe you need to spend more time in my opinion, it's just a matter of being curious and searching, and I can feel how weak my body is in this position right here. I start to shake. So I want to explore this weak position that my body has found. And I believe that you only find these weird positions that your body is not used to and needs some time in to adapt to. You only find this by being curious, by playing, be open to just mucking around and playing and moving and grooving and swagging, having fun. Let's break down 3 or 4 simple animal flow movements and tie them together. First animal movement is just a simple bear crawl, walking forward on all fours. The second movement is a traveling ape, just moving from one side to another and back. And the third movement, one of the more popular ones, we got the arrow. And so now I'm going to string these all together, and you can see how the curious playing perspective ties into this. So I'm just going to do all 3 of those movements in whatever way and try to string them together and just see what happens. I'll call out the positions as I'm playing. So you can tie these together however you like. Those 3 fundamental movements. Start off with the bear, into an ape, into a little spin, coming back. Arrow, walking through. Arrow, traveling ape, bear crawl. Arrow, arrow, traveling over, playing, moving, exploring. Once you've found some positions which you can always refer back to, then that creates the openness, the space to play in between those movements. Animal flow, in my opinion, is one of those things. Like, I'll just throw on a song, I'll wiggle for a bit, suddenly I'm breathing heavily, suddenly my heart rate's up, all the muscles in my body are active because it takes so much energy just to move around like that. And the key with animal flow is just to be as controlled as possible with your movements. So I'm not just rushing through the crawling. I'm trying to be in control wherever I am. And if you find yourself doing what I just did, getting stuck, jump out, jump back in. Fucking cares, just enjoy it. Something I'm also really curious about, and with Pectus Excavatum, it's been super interesting to notice. When I'm punching, I'm not actually making those breathing sounds. It's just like maybe the compression on my lungs. I'll breathe in and it even still happens. It's weird. And I think that's definitely for me when it comes to like fighting and boxing and stuff. Like, I'm just so curious about the movement aspect of boxing rather than boxing itself. It's like, you know, you're using the inertia of your body, flinging up from the ground, creating like a wave of energy through your body. It comes pretty fun to just launch your arms around. Whether I can fight or not is another story, but flinging your body parts around with some sense of accuracy seems to be pretty fun. Something we always have access to is to feel into our body and just get a little bit heavy in our body and just ground yourself. Big deep breaths, letting everything chill, finding that stability through the feet, dropping everything. Big deep breaths, all these signals to our body that we're safe, that it's okay, because creating that trust, that safeness in our body, in my experience, has been the way to create safeness in my life and just feeling like okay, as I love to say, about things. Most people with pectus, with a hole in their chest, have pretty terrible spine mobility. So moving our body in these weird ways, which the internet will judge you for doing, and just learning how to move and manipulate our spine is going to create movement and openness through the chest, decompressing the heart and lungs, opening up our posture to be more open and okay in the world, so we can walk around and feel good about our fucking life. I think one of the more common things that I hear people say that also have the same chest condition as me is that they are like not happy about their body. They don't feel confident or comfortable. They don't want to take their shirt off. They don't want to do any of these things because they're insecure about their chest. But the reality is only you can make yourself comfortable and secure in your own skin. Nobody's going to come and do the movement, the practices, the grounding for you. Hi to my YouTube channel. What is that? It's definitely a huge urge that I have all the time, is to have a productive session, make heaps of gains, bro, because that's how I used to train. But sometimes moving and flowing and playing around creates that creative energy that makes you feel more in love with your life and just like, yeah, everything's gonna be okay. I'm a huge fan of that feeling, like, everything's gonna be okay, and it's a nice feeling to have. I'm truly convicted of the fact that our breath is one of the more important things that we can utilize when it comes to movement, but also just feeling safe in the world. Like, my body is tensing in areas right now because it doesn't feel safe to let go. But I can breathe into those spaces, actively relax those areas, and basically coach my body into being safe, coach my body into new positions, coach my body into expansion, coach my body into just feeling, oh, good. We have that power and we can tap into it every day. and creating a space inside of yourself where you feel safe, where everything's okay. It starts with breath and our body and grounding and just being here, doing this, chilling, enjoying the fruits of life. To go back to what I was saying before about the rope flow, if I want to quickly move from this side to this side, I'm not going down with my hands and turning, I'm going up with my hands to create this bounce. You can create this bounce like sprinting. It's the up of the hands that create the pace, the power, the speed, the movement. It's the up and the down of the arms. It's the up, down, all around, as David Wick would say. But we can propel ourselves with our arms. And if you're skipping and learning only the down portion of the movement, then you're missing out. Creating this balance is going to mean that when you're stuck, or when you fall, or when you trip, you can quickly bounce back and create a bigger, better, faster, more healthy body. Alright guys, I think that'll do for today's video. I just wanted to have a little jam and share a movement style in which I regularly participate in, which is play movement, exploring, seeing what my body feels like it wants to do, and just enjoying the fact that we can move these wicked bodies. And yeah, putting down the urge to strength train and fucking get swollen, bro, and just enjoy movement, expanding, opening, and playing. I hope that you can muster the courage to not feel embarrassed to play, to be able to move in your body in a way that feels good for you. And if any other people have any other things to say about the things that you choose to do with your time and your movement selection and your life, and tell them to jog on, bruv. Jog on. Thank you guys for tuning in, Pectus Gang. If you want to sign up to the Pectus program, link is down below. If you want to get faster, bigger, better, stronger in your body, feel more comfortable, confident, and all the good things, sign up to the Pectus program and let's work together. Alternatively, flick me a DM and I'm sure we can tee something up and sort something out and send you on your way to feeling more comfortable and confident in your body. Much love, guys. Pectus Gang. Let's go. Swag, you thought I forgot.